Hey everyone, it's me. Who else would it be? So happy Friday! I haven't changed my calendar yet. So I want to say I'm surprised, like a lot of you, because it says there's a bunch of views on the Cooking with the Hatters one, but I'm surprised none of you made comments about what happened. Like, that was pretty crazy, and I think only one person commented about it. So, you know, see, it's the 10th, even though it's probably backwards for you guys. So I'm just really surprised that you guys didn't comment about it and laugh at me, because it's hilarious. And actually my camera seems to be okay now, which is weird, but I'm getting a new phone today, and it was only like $100, so it wasn't horrible. And it's an iPhone, so I don't know. I'll get maybe I'll get used to it, or maybe I'll like it more or something. That one's strictly gonna be for recording and whatnot. I'm eating my Huel and drinking this new thing that I'm trying out, Early Bird, in my Starbucks glass bottle. This thing freaks me out, but at the same time I really like it because I can stick it in the fridge at night and then have cold water in the morning, for the Early Bird. And I have other stuff I want to try too. I got some samples of like these kombucha tablets and these tea packets, and I'm like, okay. So you might see 1-minute clips on those. It's like, I don't get paid. I just like to share the things I try with you to see if they live up to the hype. And I get a lot of free samples. I enter a lot of contests. I have a lot of those coupon saving apps. So if you know you want, I could share those out with you. I think there might be a couple in our link tree. I like saving money. I always have. I like having stuff on my shirt. So okay, today I'm gonna do a little story time, and if you're still here, this is the time I got arrested. The only time I've been arrested. The thumbnail is my mugshot. So, okay, a lot had happened, so we'll paint the picture. Sicily, 1913. No, okay, I think it was around 2016, if I remember right. Maybe, I don't know when the month was, but I'm pretty sure it was 2016, because we were living in Albuquerque, my ex and I, and we were living in this place. It was like a 3-family, and there was a big house, and there was a basement apartment, and we were living where the garage was. It was converted into a little apartment. It was such a hole. It was in this area called the war zone, and we had Lola, and we had Boo. My Boo. This is a really hard week for me because Facebook memories keeps popping up with stuff, and March 7th was my ex's birthday, and then March 13th, I believe, is the day he unalived himself with his addiction. And then there's also pictures of my Boo, and if you've been here long enough, you know who Boo is, or if you go back, you can see who Boo is. She was my world. So it's been a really hard week for me. I've been trying not to binge, and like last night I just wanted to eat until I felt like my stomach was gonna explode because I hurt so bad inside, and I was listening to Linkin Park songs and singing along at the top of my voice, and anyways, and then there was a new Mike Shinoda song which I used for my squat video because Linkin Park will forever be one of my favorite bands. That might be a thing one day. Rehab in Linkin Park. But anyways, okay. I have to do a giveaway video for this month, so if you're here, store that information, okay? Back to the story. It was 2016, we'll say, and we were living in the war zone in Albuquerque. Ooh. back before Albuquerque got too crazy. It was just medium crazy. So my ex had about a gallon of vodka in him, and he wanted to go get more because he was out. So he wanted my car keys, and I at this point was sleeping with my credit cards or my debit cards and my car keys. And he started you know, his whole antagonizing and harassment bit. So I started recording him because I got this great advice from one of my narcissistic support groups that I should record him and then show him when he's sober what his actions are, and it might make him realize. No, that doesn't work. It's horrible advice. They don't care. They love it. And plus it's ammo for their, you know, what's the word? I can't think of it right now. Armory. It's ammo for their armory. You know, you just love to show your friends. You just love to talk crap about me. You know, you're making fun of my addiction. So yeah, he, got pissed at me, so he grabbed my phone. And, then he started recording me when I was trying to get my phone back. And, like, anyways, because at one point he held it over his head and I stuck my arm to go get it, and he recorded it. And when I did this, so he called the cops because I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't stop trying to get my phone back. And then, like, I wouldn't give him the car keys, because at one point I finally did stop. And keep in mind, I hadn't slept for 3 days at this point because he had kept me up. He also did this thing, it was called Spice at the time. So he had kept me up for 3 days. They love to do that. They love to sleep deprive you. So finally, you know, there was this point where I had given up, but I still wouldn't give him the car keys. And I was about, this is after my weight loss surgery, but when I started gaining again, because, you know, depression, whatever, bad coping mechanisms, all I had was food. And so anyways, I was sitting on my stuff, so he couldn't move me to get the stuff. So he was pissed. He's like, fine, I'm calling the cops. So he called the cops. And in Albuquerque, they have this thing. If they're called out, because they're so short-handed on police, if they come out for, I had makeup on, forgive me. I had to wipe it off. I was filming something. But if they come out, they have to arrest somebody. If they come out on a domestic charge call, they have to arrest somebody. So he showed them the video, and you know, the point where I went like that in the video, they don't know what I did, but it made them believe his story that I tried to choke him. Yeah. So they arrested me. And here's the thing, the cop knew it was BS. Especially because after they had put me in handcuffs, and the cop that did it, he put the handcuffs on really loose, like I could slip out of them. I was just smiling and laughing the whole time, and I know that's horrible, like that I was smiling, laughing, but I found the whole thing hilarious to me, because when they put the handcuffs on me and started taking me to the cop car, he broke down crying. He broke down crying and screaming for them not to take me. I just wanted you to set her straight. I wanted you to teach her a lesson. I didn't want you to arrest her. Please don't take her, please. And the cop's like, I'm sorry, we have to take someone. And you said she tried to assault you, so we have to take her. I was lying. I didn't mean it. So, but anyways, they took me, and the substation I went to was empty, and the cop was very nice. He even let me out of my handcuffs in the cell. He was talking to me. He was like, no, stuff like this usually doesn't stick. You probably won't even show up to court. Don't worry, it won't stay on your record, whatnot. And then when they took me to the MDC, they put me in my own cell because at the time I was on antidepressants. I believe it was like Wellbutrin, and I don't remember the other one I was on, but it was, well, I was prescribed clozapam, but I wasn't taking it because I didn't like the way it made me feel. I didn't even like the way the Wellbutrin made me feel, to be honest, but I've tried so many different pills before I started therapy, like hardcore therapy and DBT and all that. I tried so many pills trying to help with my mental, but I realized that my body chemistry doesn't like pills. And that's not me making excuses, that's me being for real, because even Prozac made me like crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean like I was sitting in my room trying to plot ways to unalive my roommate. So that ended up in a 3-week grippy sock vacation. I think it was 3 weeks. I don't know. I've been on a couple grippy sock vacations. I know one was, it did, because they thought I was bipolar at first, and they were just prescribing me meds for that, and all the meds just, whoo. So this is it. You know, that was 2009, 2008-ish that stuff was happening. So with the Wellbutrin, no. But because I was on those pills, they put me in my own holding cell by myself, thank God. And what's worse is I was in my night dress, like, with nothing. They wouldn't even let me put underwear on, so I hadn't slept for 3 days. I had the same clothes on that I had on for 3 days. It was horrible. And so yeah, there it was. They weren't as nice to me or anything, but the you know, the same guy, when like they transported me in the van, he didn't even fasten the handcuffs, like and the transporter guy was nice to me too, and because the cop had talked to him, and he's like, yeah, it's just some drunk idiot trying to get revenge. So yeah, I was there for probably about 8 hours. It was the middle of the night. My ex was freaking out. He had woke my mom up, gone over there. He didn't know if I was going to need bail money, which he did not have. My mom wouldn't have had it either, because she's on disability. You know, she lives month to month. Even now that she lives with me, you know, like, she pays her portion of the bills. And then he spends the rest on whatever she needs to spend it on. And it's not very much, honestly. And especially, you know, with electric bills being like $500. And anyone who's like, oh, she's on 24/7 oxygen, so that does run up our bill. And because the bill is in my name, because the house is in my name, you know, like, we don't qualify for any kind of assistance because of me. So, you know, but I don't make her pay that much. So, anyways, back to the point, and you know, my mom couldn't have afforded a bail. Luckily, when the judge video sentenced me, he's like, well, I don't see anything on your record, and now I'm not innocent. I definitely was not a good girl. At that point, I mean, I was better, because once I got Boo, I wanted to become a better person for my dog. Honestly, dogs are what saved me. But I wanted to become a better person for my dog. So I stopped with my hood shit. And yeah, so they released me on my own reconnaissance. Thankfully. But, and then we went to the court date. He didn't go, so it was dropped. And I'm free. Yay, free Lori. And there's probably nothing on my record now, so that's good. I know it's not as exciting as you thought it might have been. But yeah, that's the story of the time I was arrested. Okay, so if you made it this far, let me know. You know, and if you want, keep in mind there's a little influx of haters still. But if you want to shout out, if you have a channel and you want to shout out on my community page this week, depending on how many there is, I still have to do Angie Explores Life. Hi! I was trying to wait until things die down a lot, so I'm going to do hers today. And she's also one of my members. So, you know, let's see. Let me know how much vodka was drank on that day in your comments below. If you have a page and you want a community page shout out, or an active YouTube and you want a community page shout out. So, you know, no, disclaimer, if haters come your way, I'm very sorry, but just know those are part of the things that could happen if you do get one. But nonetheless, you might want that. I say views are still views. So, thank you for listening, if you're still here, and till next time, laters, look out for the normal people.